Throughout my life, many of my friends have declared that they were now New Testament or New Covenant Christians. Yet, I could see by how they worship God or how they follow Jesus and their lack of keeping the commandments that they were not. I had the feeling that they don't have a clue about what the New Covenant is all about. What does your Bible say about the New Covenant that Christians must adhere to be saved? Your Bible is actually very clear about what it means. The sad thing is that we have not entered into the New Covenant if we break the commandments, and if we don't even believe in keeping the commandments, and if we don't do that, we are not saved. And then we actually are not New Covenant Christians. So what exactly is New Covenant? What do we have to do to keep that covenant, to stay in the covenant, to uphold the covenant? These things that are very important is what a Christian must know and be sure about. I had to write this book to my friends and everyone out there for them to understand the seriousness of the requirements of our salvation. The New Covenant has specific rules. For instance, we make a covenant to do specific things, and those things in a specific way. Any covenant have specifics, else it is worthless and it means nothing. Take for instance the marriage covenant. When you enter into a marriage covenant, you promise not to cheat on your partner. You promise not to commit adultery. It is a commitment, and we need mental discipline to stay in that commitment. And it goes further to just the act of not committing adultery. It also means that we never lust after another person. So it must be obeyed. There are specific rules that must be maintained, and it is also enacted by a specific ceremony to show that we are now entering into that covenant relationship. So if you break the covenant, if you commit adultery, it could mean that covenant is over, and it could be goodbye, could be good riddance. Maybe that's the end of the marriage. So what are the rules of the new covenants? What do we have to do? How do we start a new covenant? How do we uphold the new covenant? What outward ritual is there that we must do to demonstrate to others that we are now making this new covenant? How do we maintain a new covenant to not fall out and have it totally broken and we lose salvation then? What strength can we gain from the Bible and from God to keep that covenant? If we fall once on something, is it repairable? Can we come back again into the covenant? And if so, how do we do that? These are serious issues that every Christian everywhere needs to be aware of. If not, then we can't call ourselves New Covenant Christians. If we don't know the detail and we have not do the right ceremony in the right way. So please read this book carefully and answer this question for yourself. You really need to be sure about this.